Inkspot is a cloud solution for research and development projects. It offers software component hosting and automation through workflow, easily extended by the addition of new components using practically any technology. It's backed up by the flexibility of the cloud, it has sophisticated security and IP management built in, and it's all wrapped up in a Web 2 environment which supports collaboration and communication within teams. Inkspot hosts software as components in workflows. It's easy to add new workflows and simple to create them using pre-packaged components. Components can be created using many different technologies and languages. In this example, a simple file upload, written in Java, is connected to a plotting component using the GNUplot open source libraries. When the workflow is finished, it's saved and run on the cloud. Very complex workflows can be put together in this way by assembling available service blocks, such as in this example for data modeling. Inkspot manages all objects that are stored in it, whether these are files, such as this one, information about people, or software components and workflows. Management makes sure that there is a clear audit trail for all objects stored in Inkspot, as is shown here on the timeline. This enables management of important issues such as intellectual property and patenting. In this case, the graph is shown as being publicly available, with read access. The default, however, is absolutely private, so that the user has very fine-grained control over who they want to give access to. Inkspot Designer is a desktop client that we use to extend the workflow blocks. It is automatically synchronized, so what we're looking at here is stored on the cloud. As can be seen here, the workflow blocks can be added using a wide variety of different languages, such as R, Java, or Octave. To create a new service block, there are boilerplate files provided to make it simple for a developer to build blocks that are consistent with the Inkspot framework. So one file, service.xml, is where we define the name of the block and the service, and some description, a URL for a home page, and a number of the other factors that normally don't need to be changed. The properties definition allows us to define parameters. These parameters can be changed at runtime using the menu on the workflow block editor. The inputs are the type and number of input ports. These are shown on the left of the block, and the output ports on the right. The main file is where we put the internal code. In this case, it's a simple transfer of data from the input port to the output port. The library.xml file lets us add in dependent packages. The help file will appear in the pop-up on the workflow editor. The example that you can see here uses an R library, RCDK for cheminformatics. It reads in the data as chemical structures, converts them, and does a complex calculation of a property, the A log P. That routine has been built by specialists and is stored on the CRAN package management system used by the R project. Having built that service, we can now create a workflow. First, we pull in one block for loading a CSV file, which contains the chemical structure. Then we pick out that particular column with a second block. Then we pass it to the A log P calculator. And finally, save the output. Before we can run it, we must set the parameters of the blocks with values for the input file and column to select. The workflow can then be run in the cloud. The Inkspot platform is host to software components and workflow automation in the cloud. This allows the easy integration of components from specialized domains and different technologies. Inkspot is fully Web 2 enabled, with a focus on fine-grained control of security. There is built-in digital signing and an audit trail for the management of provenance, intellectual property and patenting. Inkspot also offers tracking for building flexible payment systems. Inkspot also provides a REST API that allows applications to exploit all of its cloud platform facilities. This gives applications all the benefits of cloud computing without requiring any specialist knowledge of how to program for the cloud. Inkspot's current status is a stable open beta, in regular use by over 100 people. We have mainly focused on R&D collaboration and domain libraries and components for science and engineering, as well as generic blocks for service queries. However, the Inkspot platform can be used to host any software component and is not restricted to research and development. For further information, contact david.leahy, joanna.berry or paul.watson at inkspotscience.com.